Welcome to Altair Studios, and in today's demo, we will be going over the Cover Studio. So let's get into it. So you're going to be coming here once you purchase, and then you can go ahead and sign in to get access to all of your tools. So we're going to sign in here. I'm going to continue with where I already signed in. All right, so then it's going to bring you to your studios, right? So we have the cover studio here, which is what we'll be going over in this demo. This is where you're able to create your digital planner covers as well as journal covers. You can also use this tool to create print journals or print planners as well, using it to print through like Amazon KDP, Lulu, etc. Okay, then we have our Altair Planner Studio. The Planner Studio and the Cover Studio work together. Now, you can do two completely separate ones. You can just do a bundle of covers and sell it that way to your audience, as just like a bundle of just different colors covers that the end audience can upload and put into their GoodNotes or whatever planning software that they use on their tablet. Or you can just sell individual planner pages that you create in the Planner Studio. Or you can sell a complete digital planner that is hyperlinked. And you would need the publishing studio to do that. So you need the cover studio, the planner studio, and the publishing studio to do that. The publishing studio allows you to upscale and hyperlink your digital planners as well as export your digital coloring books. And since we're on the topic of coloring books, the Altair Color Studio allows you to create digital and print coloring books, right? It allows you to create digital and print coloring books. It is also a version in there that is set up where you can actually create a Amazon KDP cover wrap for your full coloring book as well. And it's set up already in this studio so that you can actually do that. All right. Then we have the Altair UGC Studio. This is where you're able to create your own UGC avatar that has your product, right? So you're able to create your own UGC avatar here. As you can see, you can do unboxing videos, you can do product demonstration videos. As you can see here, you can do try on videos, whatever your heart desires. So this is going to give you that image that you can then post on social media like Instagram, Facebook to promote your product or to promote another brand's product. So if you're trying to go faceless and you want to pretty much create an avatar in place of you, it doesn't have to be an AI twin. It can just be your avatar. You can use this tool to be able to do that, and so brands can recognize you. You can tag them in the post that you have with their items on. Okay, so that is that. So that is currently all of the studios that we have at the time of this recording. We do have more planned to be coming soon. We have a lot planned, like a sticker studio, clip art, as well as more. I don't want to say everything here to give everything away, but we have a lot planned to come. So if you have the premium plan, you will have access to all of these studios plus any other ones as well. And if you lock in the premium plan at the price that it is currently at the recording of this video, which is $99 a month, you will have this, you will lock in this price. So if we ever raise the price, you will lock it in at this price if you get it within that time frame. All right, so let's actually get into this demo. So we're going to jump into the cover studio. Excuse me. Okay, so this is the cover studio. You can leave a review here after you purchase and you tried the product out. You can leave us a review here. You can check out any other products here. If you click leave a review, you can put in your name, your rating, which studio you're leaving a review for, and you can submit the review. And then you can click here to check out any other products. It's just going to take you to our Stan store and this is going to be how you will get access to, say if there was another thing that we have access that's not just the studios, we would have that here. Okay, so that is that. Now let's actually get into the cover studio. So these are the cover types here. You can do custom. We have a lot of custom options. So if you don't see anything here that you want, you can do custom. So if you wanted to make a wedding planner, you can do custom, and you can type in wedding planner, gratitude, whatever, affirmations, whatever you would like here that you don't see. Okay. But for this example, I'm going to just choose life planner. For the cover size, you can choose any of these sizes. I recommend to make sure you're paying attention to the dimensions here so that you can keep everything the same size, especially if you're going to make an actual digital planner. You want everything to match. You can also do custom sizes here. We have portrait and landscape, and you will have to make sure you put in the inches. So if it's a 10 by 12, you will put 10 by 12 inches. And if it's 2000 by 3000 pixels, you will type in 2000 by 3000 pixels so that it knows, okay? But for this, we're going to just go with a pre-selected custom size here. I'm going to do the iPad digital planner, and this is the pixels, and I'm going to keep it at portrait. Now, for the cover style, you can do whatever you would like here, or you can do auto match if you just wanted to match the vibe of the cover. You don't really have any ideas, but I would recommend playing with these styles. I recommend create multiple covers in the beginning and try different styles until you find styles that you like. Once you do, write it down or make a mental note of it, okay? Like, for instance, I like Soft Girl and Girly Pop. These are like two of my favorite ones that I have here. So you can just play with it and see what you like, but we have a lot of them, as you can see here. So that is that. Then we have the color palette here, right? The color palette is self-explanatory, right? It's a color palette that you can choose from, right? You can also do custom color palette. A lot of the times I like to use the custom color palette because I just like to see, I'm a visual learner, so I like to see the color palette and I like to bring it into fruition. So you can choose any of these pre-selected. If you are in a crunch for time, you can just choose one of these. You don't have to do the custom color palette. You can even do random, or you can do auto match if you would like. So it's totally up to you, but I'm going to show you how to do the custom color palette in this example. So I recommend to find a color palette. So I use Pinterest for this. Now you can just actually write out the color palette, all right? You can write it out. So you can say, I want lavender pink, lavender purple with blush pink and white. You can write it out just like that. Or you can do like I'm doing and actually find a color palette and get the hex code. So you're going to need Pinterest for this to get the color palettes, where you can use Google, you can use whatever you find. I like to use Pinterest for this. So I'm going to go to Pinterest, and I'm also going to pull up Canva so we can pull the actual colors from the color palette. Okay, so for this example, I'm going to just go with this because it's the first one I see. But you would just type in color palette at the top here. You would type in color palette, or you can type in girly color palette, green color palette, purple, whatever you want. You would type that into Pinterest and find the color palette that you actually want, right? So for this, I'm going to actually use this one because this one has stuff here. So I'm going to use this one. Even though I could still use this one, I'm going to use this one. Okay, so I can get a nice clean, because this is still going to be here in the screenshot, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to show you how to do it. So first you're going to screenshot this color palette. You're going to want to screenshot this color palette. Okay. You want to make sure you get in the colors and they're good. Okay, screenshot. Now that you screenshotted that, you want to come to Canva, right? And you want to click custom size and choose any size that you would like and open up that document. Now I'm going to use this because I have all of my color palettes here so I can keep track of them if I ever want to go back. So I have one document where I just keep all of the color palettes. Now, but you're going to open up a new document and it's going to bring you into a blank document and you're going to go from there. So I'm going to go all the way down here past these other color palettes. I'm going to click add. And this is what you're going to see, a blank page, right? Once you get into it. So you're going to then paste that screenshot that you just got from Pinterest, right? So then you want to make it big, okay? You want to stretch it out so you can have more room to copy your color, okay? So I'm going to move this over a little bit. All right, so then what you're going to do, you're going to come over here to elements and you're going to come scroll down under categories. You're going to go to shapes and then you're going to choose the square or whatever shape. I like to choose the square. Doesn't really matter. Any shape will do. Okay, I'm going to take a sip of water. All right, sorry about that. Okay, now we have our elements here, right? So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to click the element and then we're going to click right here where it says color. We're going to click that. Then we're going to click right here, okay? And then it's going to pull up our hex color, as you can see, right? So you can get it from here, or you can just click the shape or click up here and then click the color picker right here. So those are the two ways to grab the color picker. So I'm going to grab the first color, which is right here. So I'm going to grab it. Make sure you don't get any text or white letters. It just needs to be the solid color. Then I'm going to come and I'm going to click right here. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. My other browser froze, I believe. So I just opened up everything in another browser here. So I'm going to start where we left off. So we left off with doing the color picker and we selected this as the color. So you want to click on the element. You want to make sure you're under the color tab. So we're going to click here. You're going to click the color tab. Then this is going to come up. Then you want to click, you see where this purple ring is, which is highlighting this color. You're going to click it. Then you're going to copy that hex code, okay? And you're going to come back to the Altair Cover Studio and you're going to paste it, okay? Then I'm going to do comma, space, and I'm going to do another one for you so you can see. So we're going to grab that color picker. We're going to grab the next color. I'm going to click it, and then we're going to grab this hex code. Right. And I'll do one more for y'all. So we're going to grab this picker, grab the next color, click it, then copy the hex code. We're going to come back and we're going to paste it. Now I'm going to do the last two off camera and I will be back. All right, I have all 5 colors copied here from the actual color palette here that we got from Pinterest. All right, now the next step, this is build a custom color palette. So I could have took all of this, right? And instead of putting it there, I could have put it here and I could have added it and then applied it to the actual prompt or the palette here. And it would have applied it that way as well. And the reason that we created this as an update to the Cover Studio, or you will see this in all of the studios, but is because you can now name this. So if I wanted to name this tropical, I can name it tropical and I can save this as a color palette, right? I'm not going to do that for this example because we're using this hex code up here, but I just want to show you where it would save at. It would save down here under your save color palettes. So when you log back into the system, if you wanted to apply a save color palette, you can just click apply and it will apply it to the actual prompt, okay? So that is how that works. So I'm going to skip this for now for this example. And this is actually talking about our cover. So you can have a woman, a man, a couple, or no person design only for your cover. And we have different ethnicities. You can do a custom ethnicity. We have different hairstyles based off of ethnicities. You can put any hairstyle on any ethnicity that you would like. We have hair color and eye color as well. So I'm going to do woman. For the ethnicity, I'm going to do random. For the hairstyle, ooh, I don't know if I should do random, but I'm going to do random because we'll see how that goes. And for the hair color, I'm going to do jet black. And for the eye color, I'm going to do dark brown. All right. And for the accessories, you can choose any of these. They are multi-select, so you can have multiple accessories if you would like. You can have no accessories if you would like. Just click here. So for this example, I'm going to give her, do I want to give her anything? I'm going to give her a charm bracelet, and you can add custom accessories here. I'm going to add in a Stanley Cup just to give you an example. And as you can see, it has been added. And for nails, I'm going to give her some stiletto nails. Now this is outfits. You can choose a custom outfit if you would like. You can choose between any of these. I usually love the soft girl type of outfit style, so I'm going to go with that. Um, I'm going to go with the soft girl outfit style. And these are the mock-ups, okay? So the Cover Studio as well as the Color Studio has mock-ups where you can actually show your product in action. Okay, you can use this to promote your product or use it for your listing for like your Stan Store, Shopify, whatever the case may be, Etsy, right? So for this, I like to do iPad flat lay when I'm doing a digital planner. So I'm going to go with that one. Now for the binding, this is the actual binding of the actual planner itself, right? So this is the actual binding for the planner itself. So if I go to digital covers, as you can see here, these, okay, this is the binding or, and this is the tabs, right? So, and all of this was created with the Altier Cover Studio, okay? So what we're going to do for this is I'm going to do bow coil, and for the background style, you can choose between any of these background styles here. We have a lot. I usually go auto match the cover style for my background styles because I just wanted to match the vibe of everything that we put here. So I usually go auto match. Now you can choose whatever you would like, right? You can choose whatever you would like. We even added a custom option. So if you want a specific background, you can add that in there as well. Now these are the tabs, right? These are the tabs. So as you can see, these have tabs, right? So like this one has tabs only on the right side, as you can see here. But we also have created different covers that has tabs on both sides with the Altier Cover Studio, like this one. This has tabs at the top and on the sides as well, and it has coils, okay? So this is very possible with the Cover Studio. Now for this example, I'm going to only do tabs on the right side, but I am going to show you how to do them on both sides. Okay, so these are pre-selected ones. So since I'm only doing one side, I can use the pre-selected ones. Now, if you're going to do both sides, so like say if I wanted on the right and the top, like the other example I just showed you, you would come down here under optional labels by placement and you would type in the tabs you want here and separate it by a comma. So for instance, like this, July, comma, space, June, comma, space, July, comma, etc. And then if you wanted your top tabs, you can do index, notes, goals, or if you wanted a symbol, you can type in index symbol. I'm sorry, index symbol. Y'all, I can't type today. Right? And then you can type in other stuff, or a house symbol if you wanted the index to be a house, or a flower symbol, stuff like that. Instead of actually saying index, you can do that as well. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this blank for this example because we're just gonna do right tabs and we're gonna use pre-selected. Now you could do right tabs, and if you don't like none of these, you can still do this. You can do right tabs and you can skip this and you can scroll down to here and you can just write in the right tabs that you actually want here and separated by a comma. Okay, but to make this easier or simpler for this example, I'm going to just use this. So I'm going to do a monthly layout because this is going to be a series, but it's going to be demos. So this is the Cover Studio, right? So I'm going to do a demo of the Planner Studio, and I'm going to actually match the tabs as well as the actual um, coils that we are getting from the Cover Studio that we're making right now. So if you want to see the full thing together, watch every demo. This is the first step of the demo, and then we're going to do the second step where we actually create the pages. And then I'm going to show you how to put it all together in the actual uh, publishing studio. Okay, so we're going to do a monthly page. um let's just say this is a monthly planner. We're going to do a monthly page. We're going to do a goals page, a and let's just do 3 tabs. Do we want to do 3 tabs? Let me see here. Yeah, we're going to do goals and notes. Okay? Goals and notes. Yeah, let's go with that. All right. Now you can also click here and add custom tabs and write down your tabs here as well. If you're just using one, if you're just using one of these. So we have multiple options. We just added in multiple options here for you to choose from. It's totally up to you which one you would like to use. All right, so let's come here. All right, so now we get to the custom cover text. So for this one, I'm going to name it 2026 Life Planner. You can put in a subtitle if you would like here. You can put 2026 Life Planner, accomplish all your goals and dreams, or whatever subtitle you would like here. I can't really think of one. I don't usually put a subtitle, but you can do that there. You can put in your author or brand name here if you would like. And you can also put in a custom quote or scripture. I'm going to leave all of that blank. Okay. Now, this is our negative prompt. What is a negative prompt, Kinata? You might ask. A negative prompt is pretty much where you absolutely do not want this in your prompts, okay? So this is the pre-selected one that we include here for y'all. You can definitely add more here if you would like, or you can erase this and put in whatever you would like as well. It's totally up to you, but I'm gonna leave it how we have it here. And then this is the output type. So what is your output that you're trying to get? So are you trying to get a cover prompts, or are you trying to get a mock-up prompt, right? So I want both because remember when we came up here, I said I wanted an iPad flat lay, right? So if I didn't want a mock-up, I would just select none up here, okay? But I want to show y'all the mock-up, so I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep both of these checks. I'm going to click generate. All right, and as you can see, it generated our prompts, right? Also, I would like to point out, you can also save your generations. So for instance, if I was doing this and I wanted to come back, I wouldn't say you would probably use this for the Cover Studio that much, but you might. But you can definitely use this for the Planner Studio as well as the Color Studio. So you can name this. So you can name this whatever you would like. right? And then you can click save generation. So when you come back, it will save all of your selections here. It will save it, and it will save your prompts for you. So when you load that generation, it will be here for you. So you don't have to start all the way over. Like if there's a project that's going to take a longer time, like if you're making a digital planner and you want to come back to that, you can definitely come back. This will be definitely useful in the planner studio for sure, because you're going to be making more pages. Okay, so now let's come up here and copy our prompt. So for this one, this is our cover prompt, so I'm going to copy it here, and then I'm going to pull up ChatGPT. Now I recommend using ChatGPT. You can use any AI platform that you would like. I just like ChatGPT, so that is what I use. There are some that I don't recommend, like Canva AI. I don't recommend that because their AI is not as advanced. So yeah, so you're gonna paste in your cover prompt and you're going to click create image right here. Okay, you're gonna click create image, and then you're going to go ahead and send it. Okay, so then it's going to start creating the image. Okay, so now once it's creating the image, you're going to go back to the Altair Cover Studio, and you're going to scroll down and you're going to copy your mockup prompt, right? And you're going to come back to chat and you're going to paste it. But you're not going to send it yet, right? You're not going to send it. You're going to wait until it's finished with your actual uh, cover prompt that you just gave it. You're going to do the same thing, create image, and we're going to wait for it to finish. Once we get back, once it's finished, I will let you know and we will come back. Here it is on medium, so it might take a little longer. I usually have it on instant, so it takes less time, but it's on medium from the last time when I had it on medium. So it might take a little while, but I will be back once it's finished. All right, so this is what we got. Now, remember we did a random hairstyle? So they gave her this hairstyle. We have men and women hairstyles as well. So they gave her this hairstyle when we did do a random hairstyle. Um, and as well as we gave her the stiletto nails, right? And these are the tabs that we chose. And this we did choose the bow coils. So this was a form of bow coil. Sorry, I can't talk. All right, so if you don't like how these tabs are and you want them directly on the side, you can let that be known to chat, right? Because sometimes, even if we give AI the perfect prompts, sometimes AI still makes mistakes sometimes, right? Now, for some people, this is still cute. They don't, it doesn't matter, right? But for some people, they might want it actually on the side. So you can do one or two things if this happens and you don't like that. You can just tell chat that you want the tabs on the edge of the page. You want them all the way on the edge of the page. You don't want them like that. Or you can actually um, give it a reference photo and tell it that's what you want, right? So I feel like the easiest way is just to tell it you want it on the edge of the page, right? So this is our mock-up prompt. I'm going to actually erase that and I'm going to show y'all what I mean. So I'm going to say, can you please make the tabs on the edge of the page, not within the cover itself? It should look like standard tabs. Okay. All right. So it's going to start creating the image again here. And I will let y'all know once it is finished, and then we can do the mock-up and then that will be the end of this part of the series. All right, guys, so after the second try, this is what we got. So this is what we got the first try, right? So this is what we got, right? And then it gave me this. Now, this was perfect, but I like this actually a lot. But I just wanted to show you how you would keep the exact thing if that is what you wanted. Now, if you like this better, you could just definitely go with this. But what you're going to do is you're going to say, because you want to, if you want, let's say you wanted to keep the bow coil, you like that. You're just going to say you want to keep everything the same, just put the covers at the edge of the page. And that is how we were able to get this, right? So this is totally beautiful. So I'm going to definitely download it. But that is the end of this demo. We will continue from this cover into the Planner Studio, and we will actually make out the monthly, the goals, and the notes page. So I'll see y'all in the next demo.